This is home. And our roots run as deep as the love we have for this place. Owned by the same Cincinnati company for more than 70 years. And what matters to you matters to us.
I'm Kristen Swilley. Here's a look at some of today's top stories. An overturned semi-truck shut down the eastbound I-74 ramp to northbound I-75 for hours today. This is a look at the scene this morning as it backed up traffic during the end of the morning rush. There is no word on whether the driver of that semi was hurt. A judge has again denied George Wagner, the force attorney's call for a mistrial. They argued that repeatedly showing graphic crime scene and autopsy photos is unfair. Their reasoning, they aren't arguing over how the 8 members of the Roden and Gilly families actually died. They're arguing if George Wagner was there. Special prosecutor Angela Capena argued the photos corroborate Jake Wagner's statements about what happened. Jake has to testify against his brother as part of his plea deal. A Cincinnati man accused of flying his drone into what is now Paycor Stadium during the Bengals playoff game in January now faces federal charges. A federal grand jury charged 24-year-old Daylon Dabney with operating an unregistered drone and violating a temporary flight restriction. You may recall the drone flew close to the field in the third quarter, then flew over fans in the south end zone. Dabney allegedly posted the video to social media and YouTube. If convicted, he could face up to 3 years in prison. A Northern Kentucky man is also charged for flying a drone over Great American Ballpark during the Reds' opening day game on April 12th. 38-year-old Travis Linhoff also faces up to 3 years in prison for operating an unregistered drone. Raven?
Highs today only going to get to the upper 60s and some low 70s. Typically, we're about 77 degrees for this time of the year. Winds also going to be a factor for us, blowing at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Later on this evening, 60s and then eventually into the 50s, but it gets colder than that. We're talking about some 40s for our lows, 46 the low here in Cincinnati. And the next couple of days, staying into those 60s and 70s, a little bit warmer for the weekend with small chances of rain.